and welcome back to the channel. Today I will be showcasing my first ever Parkitect park that I built. It's called Alpines. It is a little small amusement park built in like a mountainous area with a bunch of trees, a lot of foliage around. And yeah, it's my first park I ever built, so there's my first roller coaster I ever built, my first building, a bunch of firsts in here. So this is just a little test run, that just like trying or feeling out the game, seeing what I could mess around with, see what I could do. So let's just go around and see what it looks like. So the right here we have a little parking lot. It's very simple layout. Over here we have a little pond, or a little river that I built. Just to make it a little different than just a bunch of like trees around. But anyways, so let's dig straight into the park. So right here's the entrance. You can see the ticket booths. You go in and buy your tickets. This is the main area, where all the guests will get their food mostly. So you can get like food in these buildings. Go sit down on one of these picnic benches. Even though they're walking through it. What can you do? You have a little eatery over here. Another little eatery. So this is like the whole main entrance area. You walk in, you first see. When you walk in, you see this little fountain right here, and it says the name of the park, Alpines, built on these little rocks. And I was really proud of how this turned out. I think it looks really, really good. So yeah, let's move on to the next session, shall we? Over here we have a little backstage area for the workers at the park. So we have little warehouses where you would store, extra coaster parts, whatever you need, would all be back here. And we have a little parking lot for the employees as well. Now let's go to the rides. So over here we have a carousel. You can never go wrong with a carousel. I think every amusement park needs a carousel in it. It's just a staple ride. You just can't go wrong with a carousel. So moving on, we have this little rest area. I don't know. I just think it looks really nice break between this like hard concrete into this little cobblestone where you can just sit, relax, whatever you need to do. If you're waiting on food or something, eat there and have a nice little meal. Now over here, we are going to Rocky Road. This is actually the first coaster that I ever built. It is a floorless coaster. So let's take a little ride of it and see what it looks like. So when I build these coasters, I try to go for as a realistic layout as possible. I try my best. My coaster knowledge isn't the craziest, but I do know a little bit about these types of coasters and how they'd actually, like, if you were going to build these coasters in real life, how would they be built. So for the floorless coaster, I try to have a bunch of kind of a little bit of inversions as much as possible. This was my first time ever building a coaster in the game, so I was trying to get used to the controls, how things worked. But overall, I think for my first coaster I ever built, I think it's turned out pretty well. I really like the layout. I like the scenery around it with all the rocks, and I think it turned out really well, especially for my first. And let's close that. And then we have a nice little queue. I really like this orange, how it contrasts with the blue of the track. I think it looks really, really good. So yeah, that was Rocky Road. So moving over here, we have the swinging ship, which is once again I think a staple in any other park. I would have liked to put it over water, for like a ship, but it's just I couldn't really fit water in this area, and it was a good enough size blueprint for this area, so I decided that was where I was going to put it there basically. And over here we also have the drop tower. One of my favorite flat rides ever. I think you can never go wrong with a good drop tower. So I just had to put it in the park. It's also a very small blueprint, so you can fit it in really small spaces. And it was just perfect for this like little area that I didn't know what to do with. Over here we have another little walkway with a cobblestone path that I think turned out really nice. You can just sit here and look. Rocky Road just broke down. Just look out over here. This little nice area. Now, to the main attraction. Oh, let's get the ride first. I'll talk about it. So, this is the main attraction of the park. The weenie, as you would call it. Believe it or not, that is the technical term for like the main attraction of a park is the weenie. The weenie is a coined, or I think a term that was coined by someone in Disney, in the Disney parks. So a weenie is something that makes your guests want to go to your park or to the certain area that it is in. So this is the huge attraction of the park, the wooden coaster, which personally is my favorite type of coaster. I love wooden coasters. When I went to New Jersey to go to Six Flags Great Adventure and I rode El Toro the first time, it completely changed my life, and it's definitely my favorite coasters. There's no doubt about it. I can never go wrong with a classic Woody. So yeah, that was Airplane Adventure, and I named it Airplane Adventure because of the little airplane I put over here. I think it fits the little theming. So that was Airplane Adventure, the wooden coaster. Now, let's move on. So over here we have a little jumper, another flat ride, and a little wave swing. These things are so much, I love these things so much, so much fun. It's a really big blueprint, but it gives something for the guests, just look at while they're walking by. Maybe getting a little drink or something to eat, sit down, you can watch people on the swings. So, yeah, so these are just other buildings that, provide food or drinks or whatever you would need. Souvenirs, I think this is a souvenir shop. Probably should have put it closer to the front, but this is probably my favorite building. I really like the spire here. I think it turns out really nice. It's a really good mix, or it makes it like a little different than any of the other buildings in the park, which I really like this one. So going on to the next side of the park, this is a little rock barrier that I made to have a little separation in between, the two sections of the park. So yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I was kind of worried at first how I was going to play with the rock pieces, but I think it turned out pretty nice as a little gateway into the next part, or side of the park, I should say. So over here we have I think that's a top spin, yes, and this is another flat ride. It's kind of built on a little bit of an elevation. I just thought it was a little nice touch, just something different. You don't want the same thing over and over again. You want to have a little bit of variety in your park, so it doesn't look all bland. Which is something I definitely need to work on, but just these tiny little things here and there can just make a huge difference. Over here we also have the teacups, another classic ride. Yeah, there's a little cover over them that I built, which I really like. Moving on, we have the motion simulator right here, and then over here we have a little another little rest area where you can get food, sit down, relax. This also is the little, I would call like the kid side of the park, with the little kiddie rides. Maybe if a parent, doesn't want to go on these rides, just let their children go. They can sit here, relax, get a drink, get something to eat, whatever you need to do while your kids are having fun. It's a really nice addition to this area. I think it kind of brings it all together. And once again, the nice little cobblestone path to break up the hard concrete texture. So, speaking of, let's get this one real quick. So this one's Bee Sting. This is a junior coaster that I built. I'm actually pretty proud of this layout. I think it's pretty realistic, actually. It just goes out and back with little helixes here and there. Nothing too crazy. It's a junior coaster after all. It's supposed to be for kids to enjoy. But I really like the way it turned out. I think it's a really nice fit. And I was struggling with the color scheme on this one, but I decided to go with a little, like a bee theme. If you're in the forest, a bunch of bees everywhere. I just thought it was a nice little addition to the park. I like the color scheme, so that one is over. So let's get into the next one. This is a little powered coaster. It is not the craziest ride ever. So powered coaster is the little kiddie section. I was struggling with a coaster to put here because there's such a tiny space, and I wanted another coaster in the park. So I decided to choose the powered coaster as something crazy. But it is a nice little thing to fill that area in. So I chose that. And then we have the motion simulator, and then we go into here with the wipeout, another flat ride just to fill this little area out. Walking along, we have definitely my favorite ride in the whole park, and coaster, definitely. So this is the monorail coaster, and let's get a ride real quick. And I just think the layout on this is super realistic. I've never, been on one of these because there's only 2 in the world. I know one of them's in Texas. It's like a Wonder Woman theme, but I really want to go on it. But anyways, I really like the layout of this, and I think it flows really well with the park. It adds another, kind of thrill ride to for guests to enjoy, and so it just goes. It's like an out and back layout with a lot of inversions. There's 0G roll in it, 2 loops, a couple of helixes. Basically, anybody who loves inversions, and it's a fast, quick ride. It's definitely the ride for you. So, yes, that's definitely my favorite ride in the whole entire park. It's just, I just love it so much. And then over here we have this little inverted double swing just to fill this space again. So that is all I have. This is my park, Alpines. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making this. Once again, this is my first park, so I know it's nothing crazy, but I wanted to show it off to see if I can get any more people telling me, hey, you should work on this, whatever. But I will be making more Parkitect videos in the future. I'm building another park right now, and I've been recording it, and so you can expect a lot more Parkitect videos from me in the future. Anyways, this has been See You in Rex Gaming. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.